The general plan has been, as stated before in I guess the first video I put up here, one video on here a day, one stream a day, and like minimum 5 TikToks a day as well. And we're figuring out the Instagram. Probably just put like some stupid photos here and there. I'm not really super sure on that yet, but I feel like that's pretty doable. That's pretty doable. It'll be interesting to see how that looks like once school gets started up here, and then whatever, less than a week. But I still think my schedule isn't super hard, especially like I have Fridays off. Like I feel like there'll be a lot of time to like I can hammer through any schoolwork, homework, studying, whatever, and then just focus on obviously hang out with my friends and enjoying my time. But then also putting in a bunch of time and effort into this. Effort's a funny word because I just have fun doing this, talking, rambling, whatever. And like as you saw, the first couple of videos I've done here have been just like, or at least the last video yesterday was just me talking about whatever. And I think that's not going anywhere, right? Because if I want to put out at least one video a day on here, there's gonna be some where it's just like, what is the point of this? Like even this is a little bit, I don't know. But I'm hoping to, I don't know which weekends it's gonna be, whatever I'm free, stuff like that, coming back to a different house to do more like gym content, and that's gonna be interesting because I don't. I guess we'll see. Maybe it'll depend on how successful the videos are, but as far as physique wise, I don't think it's necessarily up to par with everyone else in that whole world. But I think it's just I enjoy it. I have fun. Again, I don't really know what it'd be, but that's kind of how I've been doing all of this stuff. Is just press record and then figure everything out later. Um, but yeah, yesterday I had my first Twitch stream. That went well. I did a lot better than I thought. I did the dual stream from TikTok and Twitch, and we got I think 38 followers on Twitch from the first stream, and I think we peaked at 21 viewers and averaged like 12 or something like that, which I'm pretty happy with for my first one. And I feel like obviously I have no idea what the pace is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be like, oh yeah, now every single stream on you get 38 followers, and that's going to be how it is for the next 2 months, or if it's going to like drop down to like, if you're lucky, you'll get 1 or 2 followers a stream if you're streaming for 4 hours, or if it's going to exponentially keep growing. I'm not really sure. Don't really have any plans on that. But that's also kind of the fun part about this is when I don't have a if I have a basic outline plan like I do with of just output as far or sorry if I keep my goals input based as far as like I want to put out this number of videos on these platforms and that's all. It doesn't matter what type of content, how long the content is, how good it is, how well thought it is. Just do it. Then I don't know. It frees everything up to I feel like it's way too early on to try to really look into any analytics or something like that. I just don't have a big enough sample size. Give me a year or two, and then maybe I can start looking in on that. But I also feel like a lot of people talk about that, especially I see it on TikTok a ton. I think just the algorithm knows that any type of, if you post anything, it's like, okay, he's posting. It's time to show him a bunch of like, this is how you blow up on TikTok. And like the biggest thing you see is like stick to a niche. And I feel like that's probably true as far as trying to actually grow fast with big numbers or whatever. But I feel like that you're going to end up putting yourself into a pigeonhole. But that's not the term. Digging yourself a hole. You're going to make it so that you can only do one type of thing, and then eventually the thing's going to burn out and you're going to have nothing else to do, if that makes sense. I feel like it's a lot more, one, just fun and entertaining for yourself to just kind of post whatever you want and have fun with it. And if people end up connecting with that over the long term, you actually build an audience that wants to see what Clark is doing versus whatever food reviews is the only thing, and eventually that's going to run out, or you know what I mean. You're picking up and down. So yeah, that's kind of been my main goal here is make things input based and just have fun and figure stuff out. Like I didn't even know yesterday the plan was I wasn't even planning on streaming on Twitch yesterday. I just happened to like, oh, I think my OBS is working, and I saw a button that said start streaming, and I just quickly plugged in the camera and the mic. The day went from not going to stream at all to doing a 4-hour stream on TikTok and on Twitch. And that was, I mean, it was a blast. I had so much fun. And I was talking to a friend today and he's like, yeah, like, what do you do? Like, why is it fun? And I don't even really have an answer. Like, you just kind of hang out, you chill. I've never been someone that has watched a ton of streamers. Obviously, back in the day with like, Prime Ninja and stuff. If he's playing with, who was it? Drake and Travis Scott and like Juju Smith-Schuster, you're gonna tune into that. Like damn near half of America was watching that shit. But I've never been a huge streamer guy. I've always been much more of a YouTube or TV, movies, that type of thing. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's interesting seeing how different the two chats are. from TikTok versus Twitch, right? Because I'm assuming most of my new followers, or anyone that was really in the chat on Twitch, came from TikTok, and the ones that did come from TikTok have probably been in my previous TikTok streams, so they maybe know me a little bit better. So it was interesting. It was a lot more relaxed vibes in the Twitch chat. I think that also has to do with the fact that there weren't as many people in there. But yeah, I don't know. Again, like kind of said in the beginning, or throughout this whole thing, I don't really have any points for any of this. I'm just kind of doing talking heads, putting shit out on the internet, and hopefully a vlog somewhere. I don't really know. I don't know. I guess it'll give me an excuse to try to get me and any of my friends that don't care about being filmed or whatever to go find some fun things to do around the area. Again, nothing really off the top of my head. I'm sure I'll figure it out because we got some free weekends. Maybe we'll, like, I don't know, go camping and I'll force my friends to record me or something like that. Or go on a hike or fucking, I don't even know. Again, these are not great ideas, but it's exciting. It's fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I think it's definitely much more relaxing now. I still have a bit more setup work to do here. Here, I say here, looking at my setup as far as the stream setup and the YouTube and stuff, with just some minor shit with some other monitors and maybe consoles and Elgato, blah blah blah. But especially once that's all set up and I don't have to worry about gear or whatever. If I can just lock in a time and just be able to just press a button for streaming or press a button for recording, it makes everything so easy. And when I have fun with something and it's easy to do, there's no reason I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of what I got to say about that. This is, I guess, more of just an update video. Just because I don't know, I like doing these longer form things. Like I said before, I mean, the other two have done a little bit better than I thought they would have. Right? They have whatever. I think they're each at like 100 views or something like that, which I'm pretty happy with. Obviously, it's not exactly bringing home the bacon, but it'll do. It'll work. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. Follow me on Twitch. I stream every day. It's at clarkforreal. It's the same as my YouTube handle. TikTok, clarkforreal. And then Instagram is clarkforreals. So clarkforreal with a Z at the end. I can just throw all these on screen. Don't really know why I'm talking about these. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow.